What's the story behind the stained glass at Grace Avenue United Methodist Church? Our stained glass has been installed across the years, so there wasn't any one specific time when all of it was installed, but it's very important in terms of how we tell the story of our faith. You know, today is a day in which we honor our program ministry, and we think about how we talk about the love of Christ and the grace of God with our children, with our youth, and with our adults. And it's wonderful to have stained glass not only as a beautiful depiction in our worship spaces, but also as a way of telling the story of our faith. In the worship center, we have beautiful stained glass, and in particular, there are 5 stained glass windows that represent something very important. 3 of those stained glass windows represent the Trinity, our basic understanding of God. And so there is a window for God the Father, the Creator. There is a window for Jesus, the Christ, the Redeemer. And there is a window for the Holy Spirit. But also there are 2 more windows that are in our worship center. And those windows are of our 2 sacraments, the sacrament of Holy Baptism and the sacrament of Holy Communion. These 5 windows together remind us of how we practice our faith on an ongoing basis to a God of love and a God of grace. But then if you go into our sanctuary, you discover that there are 6 windows that depict the 6 seasons of the church year. We tend to live our lives in such a way by a secular calendar, but our stained glass windows remind us that we need to be in the rhythms of God, and the church seasons help us to do that. So there is a stained glass window for the season of Advent, one for the season of Christmas, one for the season of Epiphany, one for the season of Lent, one for the season of Easter, and one for the season of Pentecost. Now, if you go into other parts of the building, you may be surprised to find that there are a couple of other stained glass windows that are very important. Upstairs in the Learning Center lobby, we have a heritage window that reminds us of our roots in the 25 years we've been at Grace Avenue and how those roots have come to us specifically through the United Methodist Church. And then if you go into our prayer room, you'll find a beautiful depiction of prayer, which reminds us of how important it is to pray without ceasing. Now, all of the stained glass was done by a company out of San Antonio, Texas, known as the Cavallini Company. And it's really not traditional stained glass. It's what they call faceted glass. It's this thick glass that is put together in a design with this resin around it. But when it's done in the fashion they do it, it becomes this beautiful portrait of the things that we've already talked about. Stained glass, what a gift it has been. Across the years, people have given their resources to make these stained glass windows come alive here at Grace Avenue United Methodist Church. And what a blessing is it that we have the opportunity to tell the story in another way through the beauty and art of stained glass.